and welcome to the first episode of the E-Spirits podcast. This is the thing that I've been teasing to you guys for quite some time now that I never released because I was always behind on schedule. But it's fine. It's finally here now. And it's not just me hosting this. I actually have a very beautiful co-host here with me.
Hey guys, so I'm hosting this bitch too.
You guys have probably seen, I think now 3 videos with Wyatt on my channel?
Either 3 or... Well, this will be 3 now, I think.
This will probably be 3. Yeah. So this will be the 3rd video you guys are seeing with Wyatt. So that Animal Crossing playthrough, that... we still got one or two surprises left in that series.
It's going crazy. It's going to be crazy. Y'all tune in.
Yeah, we're still continuing with that same town, but yeah. All right. But this is the E-Spirits podcast, guys. A space where we can talk shit, chat shit, and be who we are. Although we have restricted vocabulary because this is uncensored.
Amen. Also, does anyone else hate the way that you have to eat sunflower seeds, or is that just me? Leave in the comments below.
Yeah, for our first podcast here, we have sunflower seeds, Cheez-Its, and pretzels to eat. Accompanied by water, of course, because we got to stay hydrated. Those are actually our sponsors for the video. Water, we are sponsored by water itself.
Actually, by Nestle. You don't deserve water. Okay, anyway.
So yeah, this is the E-Spirits podcast. We should just stop doing the introduction and get straight into it.
We should probably talk about topic now, yeah.
Well, for a topic I wanted to do a little segment here. Okay. Actually, we'll save the segment for later.
Yeah, before we start, a lot of these topics Isaiah has came up with, and I have no clue on what they possibly could be about, so it's a surprise for all of us.
Yeah, that is true. That's a soundboard we have, yes, guys. We have the soundboard for this one. But,
hell to the no, to the no, no. Hell no, to the no, hell to the no.
Fuck yeah, dude!
You
folks got stuff right!
Yeah!
Alright, but anyways, enough of the stupid soundboard shit. The first topic I have today, we're actually going to be going to Twitter for it, because I want to see if it's there. Have you heard about the recent Spider-Man controversy, Wyatt?
I have heard a little bit.
Uh-huh. Well,
but I'm still a bit confused on what happened.
While I find out a way that also insert name here, Goth Cuties, that's my Twitter, you guys can follow me there. But while I head to it, why don't you give us your opinion on it?
Yeah, leave in the comments down below.
Oh no, why don't you give us your opinion?
Oh, my...
Okay. I want to know what you think about Sony taking back Spider-Man.
So all I really know is that conversation or something stalled between Marvel and Sony, right?
Yes.
So, and then Tom Holland doesn't have a job anymore, basically. That's all I know.
No, he still has a job. He's still going to be Spider-Man.
It's like a joke that you see everywhere, you feel?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man's always been... Not always, but
here it is.
Spider-Man's kind of like Marvel now, but not.
How so? Or what do you... Oh, you mean just the deal in general? What it actually...
Well, yeah, that's it. But I think he just fits more in Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel is the one who casted him. Tom Holland specifically, they wanted Tom Holland, and now they have him, Sony's trying to play hardball and act like they're tough shit, and they're trying to take it back. But, I don't know. Do I think it'll last? No.
I think people ultimately have the final say.
But also, it doesn't matter, really, because we weren't going to get another Spider-Man movie for the next 3 years.
Right.
So it's not like it was going to... we have 3 years to turn this shit around. Although he was going to appear in the new Avengers movie that's going to come out, I believe, in 2 years. So it's we would have to see by then, because his storyline did just, go with, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Far From Home, they did just reveal his identity to the whole world. So it's how are you going to, that's a big change in the MCU, and they're just going to ignore that and be like, oh, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways they can go with that, so it's crazy how Sony's trying to take him back. Do you think they're doing it for, obviously, they're kind of doing it for the money, right? Because Spider-Man, I think if you ask a majority of people right now who their favorite superhero is, they're going to say Spider-Man.
Yeah, specifically Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Right, but he's such a good actor, too.
Yeah,
it's
he fits it perfectly.
Yeah. So I feel like now that they know that a majority of people like Spider-Man, they're trying to cash in.
Yeah, especially because Disney... This is how I imagine it went down. Disney's like, hey, we're only making 5% of the profits on these movies. We created him... And we've been putting in the work to get him popular again, and we feel like we deserve more. Probably, they're 50%? And then Sony's like, hold on a second. what the fuck did you just say to me? And then Sony's just like, excuse me, fuck you, no, we can do this on our own, which they can't. We saw that by Venom in the Morbius movie that's going to come out. I actually like Venom, but I know it's a bad movie, but I like Venom, the movie. I like Tom Hardy, I like all that shit. But it's not going to be good. And
it's not going to be MCU Spider-Man.
Also, did you hear about what Tom Holland's response was?
No.
He unfollowed Sony. He doesn't release a statement yet, but he unfollowed Sony. So I find that pretty funny. But, so it sounds excited. We are disappointed. Yeah, Tom Holland's dad also was very disappointed.
That's funny how he fits the character so perfectly that even like any news that happens about the character is related back to Tom Holland.
Yeah,
I find that funny.
I mean, he defined the Spider-Man of this generation. Like Andrew Garfield, I love him, and I actually am a huge fan of the movies. Not the second one, but the first one. And I will defend it to the death. But even I can admit that this is the Spider-Man of our generation. Tobey Maguire was the first one. This is our Spider-Man. But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the first topic I just want to bring up. Also, next topic, we just showed Wyatt here the Brockhampton songs that have recently been released for the new Ginger album. And I want to get your review on here live on the podcast. Wyatt, what do you think of the new songs?
So, all four of the songs I feel like are... Obviously, they all have good quality behind them. They're all good songs. But... I've just listened to the last two. I've listened to the first two that dropped like a little while ago on my own in my own time, and I thought they're not that bad, right? They're good songs, but they're not like Brockhampton songs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, but these new two that they just dropped, it
was Boy Bye and No Halo.
Yeah, those like if you sit and you listen to that and like you close your eyes, it's like listening to Brockhampton for the first time again. I think they did a really great job, and I'm actually really excited for Ginger now.
Yeah, I was like, not gonna lie, I am very disappointed with Iridescence. I was very, very much let down. I thought it was too hard trying to be edgy. I thought it was lacking any sort of relatability. And I thought it had sort of like a grimy feel instead of something that was actually clean, which maybe was their intention, but it just came off as like too uncomfortably grimy for me. And, I don't know, it just kind of got annoying to me, but Ginger, the first two tracks, I actually liked the first track, it kind of grew on me a bit. I do not like If You Pray Right. And then, Boy Bye, I really love. I think it's so unique and back to the original status quo of the original music, and then, No Halo is a great new take on their old style, but, especially with that girl feature, I thought that was pretty interesting. I hope she's in more songs by them, but...
Also, another thing I really like about Brockhampton is their music videos.
Oh, yeah, they're like, very creative.
You can say whatever you want about their music, but you cannot lie. Their music videos are on a different level of creativity.
And they managed to be, like, inclusive without being, like, exclusive. Like, they have, like, of course, right. Kevin, who's a black gay man. They have Joba, who's a weirdo, and he's white and stuff like that. They had Amir. They had Dom. They had Merlin.
I really like Joba, though.
I really like Joba. I fucked with him.
Yeah. He reminds me of someone. I just can't put my finger on it.
Bareface and Irishman. All this type of stuff. And it's like and that's just the people on camera. There's still a ton of other members of Brockhampton behind the camera. And they're so inclusive, but they don't exclude everybody. They don't push that message to the point where it feels like they're pressuring you or putting like any sort of annoying morals on you. But
yeah. It's always a good time listening to their music.
Yeah.
Except for Iridescent. But like that's just what.
That's the thing. Even their worst music is still better than a lot of other music. Like I do not like Iridescence, and I do not listen to it often. But when I listen to it, I can still be like, well, yeah, I like this more than like a lot of other songs. That
I could think of other songs that I'm like, nah. But
yeah,
like their production value is always super good. So
yeah,
that's never gonna change. I feel.
Got him!
Also, shouts out to everyone who sent me love on my recent Instagram video. The one where I announced that there was going to be no videos going up last week. Or actually, I'm recording it this week that I said that, but as of the podcast being uploaded, it was last week. But thank you all you. That was really dope. I got a lot of messages, actually. I got like 7 or 8.
That's crazy.
I believe that was wild. And also, I got a...
We say that like 7 or 8 messages is crazy, but there's people out here with like thousands of messages.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy for us.
Yeah, we're just starting, guys, okay? This is just the start of my channel. I plan on having this going for a while. And 7 or 8 people who actually wanted to interact and like let me know, hey, I really like this, do some more stuff like this. It was good. It was good. But I mean,
I got tiger blood, man.
I got tiger's blood. What can I say, man? I live forever.
Dude, but, this soundboard's gonna kill me. I swear to God.
I got a lot more. Let's try out some of the soundboard. Let's show what we got here.
Soundboard time.
Where is it? MC Wright yelling.
Oh, you gotta put in the guillotine, bro. Oh!
What's another one? We'll show one more while real quick. お前はもう死んでいる。何? Back that up! That's not from the same show. Wait, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. But those are a couple to assemble. We still got a lot left.
I'm not an anime goblin. However, if you want to talk to me about Cowboy Bebop, dog, anytime.
Everyone has been getting back into Cowboy Bebop recently.
I'm rewatching it right now, dog. That show, best thing.
I've seen so many profile pictures getting changed to like Ein or Ed or like Faye or something like that, and it's just so mind-boggling. It's a, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking amazing show, but it's just, why all of a sudden are people getting back into it?
It's because of me, dog.
Like, the movie is gonna come out eventually, but that's not getting people excited. I don't know what recently, like, is there a spike in, like, Cowboy Bebop stuff? I used a couple samples in a couple songs.
That could be it.
Everyone's listening to my music now, because I'm a worldwide phenomenon. But,
soon to be.
Soon to be. Hopefully. What the fuck was I just doing? How do I get back? There we go. Back. What? Involvement at NASA? Okay, but that's not what I want to talk about. Do you have any topics you want to talk about, Wyatt?
Well, like I said, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, we can talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Just going back to it, dog.
We can talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Such an amazing show. Honestly, like, you can try and name me a better show, and you'll probably do it. Right? You'll probably find there's better shows out there, right? But I feel like Cowboy Bebop really just, I don't know, it strikes my heart in a way that no other show has. And I don't know if it's because of the voice actor
fucking phenomenal
being the same voice actor as Tank Dempsey, dog.
And then Samurai Champloo, if you guys have seen that anime.
Yeah. Just having that same voice actor, I feel like, I know it's not nostalgia, but it's a feeling of nostalgia.
Look at the fucking art, too.
And the art is super good for an anime.
The soundtrack is also fucking phenomenal. It's like real music, not just like that like wacky shit. But, and don't get me wrong, I like some of that wacky shit. If I'm being fully honest, I'm not gonna lie, I got a couple anime AMVs on my phone, and
I do not.
That shit, like, I don't know, some of it bops. Unravel by Tokyo Ghoul, that shit fucking bops. Everyone who's seen Tokyo Ghoul is either cringing right now or applauding. But Cowboy Bebop was fucking amazing. Who's your favorite character? There's the obvious answer.
I fucking hate Edward.
Really? You hate Ed?
I fucking hate Edward.
Why?
I don't know. I just, ever since I saw him. Or her.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Sorry.
They saw her vagina in one episode. They did. She got splattered against the windshield naked, and they're like, "She's a girl," and I was like, "Oh crap, y'all saw her coochie."
Yeah, I know.
She's like, "Hey, no, we gotta watch out with that shit."
I don't know, man. I'm such a cool dog, but like, that's just for me. It's not my favorite character. It has to. Okay, I'm gonna say my favorite villain first.
Vicious.
I would say Vicious, right? But just because he's such a big part of the show. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like character look and like
the titty guy.
No, not the titty guy.
The titty guy.
The titty guy is funny, but the very first villain on the very first episode.
Oh, the Afro dude?
Asmarov, I think.
Oh, the druggie.
Yeah, the red eye guy.
Or him and his Mexican. Oh, that scene was fucking epic.
That just because of that last scene. That's my favorite.
See a space cowboy.
Yeah, and she's fucking
blown to fucking shreds.
That's my favorite.
I guess that's not really spoiled. It's first episode shit. It is a big part of the show, but it's first episode stuff, and then they use see Space Cowboy for the rest of the show. But
Spike's the best character.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
hey, Spike's everyone's favorite. He's so fucking smooth, and he's so fucking like he's a dick, but he's like a cool. He's
such a cool guy.
Yeah, literally in this shop, this like old lady's like, "Aren't you gonna help me from these bandits?" He's like, "That's not what I do." Yeah. He's like, "I'm a bounty hunter, lady. Sorry."
He's a
and he just leaves her to die. I think he does save her, but he's just like, sorry, that ain't my problem. And then they try to attack him, and then he's like, okay, no.
Now it's my problem.
Yeah. But fucking Spike. Jet, I was not a huge fan of Jet. It's not that I didn't like him, but I just didn't really care for him that much until his arc with that girl, where they brought up like his emotional past where he used to have a relationship, and the reason why he's a bounty hunter now is because that failed to win to shit, and he needed to take his mind off of it, so he became like a criminal. And I was like, that's really fucking sad.
Yeah, I never really got...
And he meets her again, and he's like, can I ask you, like, why? And she's just like, didn't want to be here anymore, and he's just like, okay, and he just leaves, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I never really got his character. It's like, why is he doing all this, right? Why isn't he just in the Force still?
Yeah. But
then that episode came, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. He's like, they're just standing on the pier, and he's like, why'd you leave?
Yeah.
And not on the pier. The pier comes later, but he's like, he goes into her bar. Yeah, he goes into her bar, and he puts down the watch, and he's like, ever since then, time stands still. And then she has the audacity to say, "You seem to think time stands still around here." Like, man,
yeah,
he just
going
came
for
out.
her.
He just came out, and it was like, my life hasn't been the same. And she's like, I've been moving on ever since.
For him, it's like, I'm still that guy back then, reliving that moment every day. And she's just like, I'm not. I'm in a different place. And that's like, fuck. Because it's so relatable. That's like, I know how that fucking feels. And then Jet just is okay. And he just like, he deals with it. And he's just like, that's what I need. And I'm just like, shit.
He never lets go. Once he gets his teeth on something.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. I forget the exact quote. But he was some like, white tiger.
Oh no! The tiger striped cat was Spike's story.
I don't think it was. He said
he had a story where he said that.
Yeah, because I remember I just watched it the other day.
And then the tiger striped cat plays into the last episode, which we're not going to spoil.
We're not gonna, yeah.
God, do you think they're going to do that in the movie? That ending?
Yeah.
I don't think they're ballsy enough to do it because they're going to want to make sequels.
They're going to want to, but if they want it to be a good movie, okay, is it a Netflix adaptation?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Because they fucked up Death Note so bad.
Oh, yes. And Death Note, I partially rewatched it recently. Fucking amazing. It's so clever.
Such a good show.
Cowboy Bebop live action.
Like, every episode of Cowboy Bebop, I feel, has a little bit of that Death Note in it. Yeah. Even though they're not ran by the same people. But it's just the same, like, smarts and, like, thinking ahead. I think that's super cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's Spike.
That's Spike?
Yep, that's gonna be Spike.
I don't know.
That's gonna be Jet. That's gonna be Faye. I don't know who that. I think that might be Vicious.
I like Faye. That's
Faye's
a good
fine,
Faye. Jet's not bad either.
Jet, yeah, like if you're gonna recast anyone as a racially diverse person, it would probably be Jet. But it's just like,
isn't that the guy?
He's from Harold and Kumar.
I could have sworn that guy was being acted as someone in the new Mortal Kombat reboot as well. He's either.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but that's another Asian person.
Oh. No, because there's a couple people. He's just.
I think I could be a better Spike. That's all I'm saying.
Isaiah could be a Spike.
If I do my hair can look like this if I do it a certain way, and I've done it before and looked in the mirror and I'm like, I'm fucking Spike, bro. Especially now with my long hair. Also, that's transitioning into another point I want to make here. We can go back to Cowboy Bebop real quick.
Okay.
When do you think I should get my hair cut? When do you think, do you think now is a good time to get it? Do you think I should let it grow a little more? Like, when do you think I should get my hair cut, Wyatt?
Well...
Because I've been looking at it, and don't get me wrong, I've been getting compliments from it. Thank you guys very much.
But yeah, Isaiah has very nice hair. And no homo, am I right? But
when do you think it should start, because I don't want it to be, girl long, but I want it to be, artsy long.
I think right now it's at a perfect stage. So let it grow out for a little longer. Uh-huh. And once,
chop all it off, get a buzz cut.
Fucking eradicate that bitch, dog. Nah, but, a little longer I feel would be cool. And then, get it trimmed and you'll be back, you feel?
How, you think it should touch the shoulders? Or you think
I think right before it touches the shoulders.
Right before it touches the shoulders.
Yeah, that's probably the point where you gotta get it cut.
Yeah. And I'm going to snip that shit back. Probably back up to here. And then I'll be like, okay, now I'll keep letting it grow some more. But, alright, yeah. Is there, well, I don't want to get into... I could talk about Cowboy Bebop all podcast, but I don't want to get into spoiler territory. But is there anything else you want to talk about with Cowboy Bebop? Without spoiling it?
I hope they don't fuck up the movie.
I really hope they don't fuck it. I have high hopes for that shit.
And if they don't want to fuck it up, they will end it like that last episode.
The last episode, yes. What a crazy ending, but yeah. Well, do you have any other topics you want to talk about?
Well, I just talked about Cowboy Bebop for 20 minutes, so you good.
Well, how about we go on another tangent for another 20 minutes? So I was talking to Wyatt before, and I asked him if I had ever told him my story about CT. Christopher, let me find it.
I was like, VT? Cowboy Bebop? No, but I'm chilling.
The challenge. So CT, Christopher Tamburello. That's it.
Okay.
Chris Tamburello.
Is he the guy who was jerking off in the bathroom stall next to you? Is that for another day?
That is for... we could tell it here, but I feel like that would be a funnier story with other people around who don't know what the story is.
Yeah, I feel like if you guys want to see that, Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, keep leave in the comments and keep watching because we're gonna have some guests on actually. Which I guess we should just say now because the jig's kind of up, but you're gonna see it next week in the next podcast. Also, we're doing this podcast every Wednesday. I guess we probably should have said that. Mm-hmm. I'll put it at the beginning of the video just in case. But yeah, we're doing these podcasts every Wednesday, and yeah, we're gonna have guests on too next week. You guys will be seeing a video that we have with our friends Haley and Anaya, 2 girls, which we actually recorded about 3 weeks ago now.
A while.
And we intended to release it a lot earlier, and we also intended to record the first episode of the podcast before that, but we couldn't get the people who were going to be on the first episode on, so now we're recording it now 3 weeks later. So the video you're going to see, episode 2, is going to be really dated.
It is going to be dated, but there's going to be a little bit of camera at the front, I think.
There's going to be a little camera at the beginning. So we just couldn't set it for this one, but hopefully I can get it working in the future to where my camera doesn't die after 12 minutes of recording. But yeah, okay, Christopher Tamburello. This is going to be the tangent I'm going to go on for this episode.
Okay.
Christopher Tamburello. Otherwise,
hold up. Think about this. Fucking, what's his name? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart. Is that what's his name?
What is it?
Dude, what the fuck, guy? Noel Miller. No, think about it.
Uh-huh.
Cody.
What about him?
A little bit looks like Cody.
Him?
Mm-hmm. And the other photos. Yeah.
But this is Christopher Tamburello, CT. Look at this man. Look at this fucking Adonis.
Adonis?
Look at this fucking Adonis. Look at this man. Just fucking look at him. And then this man. So, do you know what the show The Challenge is? MTV's The Challenge?
There's a lot of challenge shows on MTV.
It's called The Challenge.
That's such a stupid...
Yeah, okay. I will admit this is a stupid name, but...
ignore the bad crunching. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hungry.
It's fine. Hold up. I gotta take a phone call real quick.
I'll keep it entertained. Or if you want to pause it.
Hello? Okay, so picking up from where we just left off, Christopher Tamburello, The Challenge. So I'll explain the history of The Challenge first. This show has been on since 1998. Now,
okay.
It's not the same show, okay? It's not the same show. Do you know what The Real World is?
No.
A lot of people know what The Real World is, probably, because that was like the Jersey Shore of the old times. The Real World. This shit. The Real World. What they would do is they would get a cast of people together. So they would have The Real World New York, or The Real World LA, or The Real World Paris. Okay. And they would just get they would get a group of like really shitty people together,
okay.
Put them in a house, see what happens. That's it. They just live. Okay. And then they thought, you know what'd be funny? If we took all the fan favorites from every season we've done and put them together in a battling ring.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they were like, you know what? Let's get all the fan favorites and just have them beat the shit out of each other. And then that's the challenge. So MTV's The Real World turned into MTV's The Challenge. Where they don't sometimes they beat the shit out of each other. But they do challenges to compete, and whoever wins in the end gets a shit ton of money.
Okay.
And it's it happens twice a year, and it's pretty short. But we're on season 33 now. We just finished a couple months ago. And season 34 is about to come on. And what I want to say... so I guess I'll explain some other characters here when I'm getting into CT. The Real World... Real World Bananas. I spelled that wrong.
B-A-N...
So there's a character in this whole arc of a story named Johnny Bananas. His name isn't actually Bananas, but his name is Johnny, and he has a whole thing with bananas. I think it came from his Real World season. Okay. Key West, yeah, he was Real World Key West. And he's Johnny Bananas. This man is the best player to ever play the challenge. He may not look muscular, but he is a fucking genius. This man goes on to become... He's currently he's won 7 challenges.
Okay.
And he hasn't been on them all, but... And then this is CT, and he was in Paris. He was Real World Paris. He's not Paris. He's from Boston, but they took him to Paris. That was him in his Real World days.
Oh, wait, one second. When you said he's the biggest player, or the best player, I was like, so this man claps, or what?
This man wins almost every challenge that he's done.
Okay.
He is so fucking good, even though he's only like 5'6", and he's like buff, but he's not that buff, and he's like he is such a dick, but that is why he wins, because he has no remorse for anyone. I'll give you an example. Again, this is CT on his season. He looks a bit like a doofus there, but then he turned into the fucking Adonis that is Christopher Tamburello. CT. He got the thing CT from his Real World days, and that just stuck. Bananas, Sarah, The Challenge. I'll give you the worst thing Bananas has ever done. This was his 5th win, I believe. This one. Yeah, right here. Right fucking here. They were enemies because in the season before this, she sent him home.
Okay.
And they were best friends, and she sent him home. He's like, what? So, of course, he got mad, and this season he came back, and then what they'll do is they'll have, like, a rotating list of stuff, so they'll have the challenge, and then they had the challenge, and that went on for a while, and none of these people were in the challenge, by the way, the beginning ones, because it was such an old show.
Okay.
But then, when he got introduced a couple seasons later, he was on the challenge. He was on the challenge maybe, like, sometime some in the teens, something like that.
Okay.
So he started, like, in the challenge, whatever, teens. And then CT also did. They started around the same time. I think Johnny might have started a season or two before him.
Wait, hold on. When you say teens, you mean like 2000?
No. I mean like Challenge 19 or like
oh,
stuff like
gotcha.
The teen list of
Gotcha.
Like he wasn't here from the very beginning.
Okay.
But he was there for like a good portion of it. That's why he's so iconic. And no one from the beginning is still here.
Because
they're all old now.
Right.
But it's like
old people who
he
need them.
comes back next season. So what they'll do is they'll have like the challenge, and then they start introducing challenge duos. So like, you're in a team, and then they had challenge X's. So your ex from the show, like if you slept with someone on the show, you're their partner now. And so like, yeah, you have to stay with them for the whole season, even though you guys fucking don't talk anymore. Or the challenge rivals. So they'll put the person who screwed you over last season as your partner, so you have to work with them. But then they surprised them in the ending, so they were partners again. They became best friends again. You know, They became good friends again. And in the ending, they win the challenge, and she is a fucking pro throughout the whole thing. He keeps bitching and complaining the whole finale, but this is like his 5th time, so he's just fucking tired. He's like, let's just get this over with, and he does it. At the end, they're getting, I believe it was $500,000, and they're like, okay, now you guys are going to split $500,000. Johnny Bananas, however, I will give you the option right now to take all the money for yourself and give her nothing.
No fucking way, dog.
He goes, I'm going to take the money and run, TJ. That's the host.
Dude.
And he fucking leaves her with nothing. And he looks at her and he says, shouldn't have done what you did last season.
That's crazy.
And he leaves, and he becomes $500,000 richer. And this man had no remorse in the reunion. She was crying here, and he was just laughing. And his cousin was there, and his cousin was even like, dude, that's fucked up. And he was like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Bro.
He does this type of shit all the time, because he's so unremorseful, and that's why he always wins, because he doesn't give a shit. He will use you up and throw you away.
Okay, but let's be for real, though. If it's between someone who stopped me from getting $500,000 and someone who's about to get 50, I'm getting that 50 mil. You feel?
Well, he got 500 instead of 250.
Or 500,000 or mil?
500,000. Sorry, not mil.
Okay, yeah, I think I said that. My bad. So $500,000, right? If you've preyed on my downfall last season,
but she had to, because she lost anyways. But like she had to. He was one of the last people left, and she was like, he is the biggest threat. So she's like, I can't keep him around. And so she sent him home, and he was like, what? And she's like, what, you expected me to actually take you to the end and let you win against me? Like, why would I let you win against me? Like, yeah, we're friends, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let you win. And he was just like, well, you could have at least taken me to as far as you could. And she's like, no, you were going to win. You always win. Like, you were going to win. And then he's like, no, whatever. And then he's fucked her over, and now she has nothing. And she hasn't been on a challenge since.
Oh,
this was probably like maybe 5, 6, 7 seasons ago, I believe. So it's not that recent.
I mean, if I got fucked over that hard by the coaches,
fucking man.
I probably wouldn't go back on the show either.
Yeah, she just balled her eyes out. Yeah, this is when she sent him home, and then the year after that, he fucked her over. But so that's Johnny Bananas. I'll have you know, him and CT have had the iconic rivalry. Okay. Ever since they've been on the show, they are the two most popular characters, CT and Johnny Bananas. Johnny Bananas is the brain. He is the smartest guy in there. He is so manipulative and so smart, he tricks anyone into doing anything he wants. Anything at all. He is so smart with that shit. And it always works. And
Light Yagami, bitch.
And he is the Light Yagami of the show. And CT is the brawn. CT is the exact opposite. He is dumb, but he is a Hulk of a man. Okay. This man, let me look up the fish. Let me see. CT, the challenge fish bite. Let me see if I can find.
Can we pull that up? Jamie.
Fish bite. Jamie? Who's Jamie? Is that editor Jamie? CT, the challenge.
No, have you ever watched the Joe Rogan podcast?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is that man. Look at this fucking behemoth of a man, dude. Look at him. Gosh damn.
Yeah, okay.
And then he just, like, slays that shit. So this is what I'm going to show you. See this dude's face?
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the most iconic moments in the show. Also, compared to Johnny Bananas, this fucking dude, he's like 6'something, like tall, height-wise.
Okay.
He's giant.
You know I'm about to say something that's making you real mad, as you.
Uh-huh.
It's because of the hair.
What the fucking hair? He cuts his hair and he's still that tall. But it's like, you know The Miz from WWE?
I think so.
He started off on the challenge.
Really?
Yeah.
And he beat him?
No, not against them, but he started off on a challenge before them.
That's crazy.
And then I think he won. He won twice, I believe, and then because you can go on for multiple seasons. John Menez keeps going on even to this day, and so does CT. But CT, the Challenge Hall of Fame. We're gonna watch a video here. It shouldn't be too long. We'll skip through it. I'll show you the thumb. That's fucking CT. The fucking face. That's blood on his face.
Really?
Yeah, he bit a fish's head off.
What the fuck?
And he just fucking okay. This is the CT's Challenge Hall of Fame because they inducted him to Hall of Fame because of how much of a boss bitch he is. I don't know what this ad is. So
mute it. We're gonna get copyrighted. Mute it.
Are we?
Probably.
Maybe we'll get AdSense.
Milk and real cream.
Philadelphia. I don't know.
Like a grizzly bear. He looks like a freaking Calvin Klein model. He's gorgeous.
That's Diem. That girl who just said he's gorgeous. That's Diem. I'll also show you that real quick before you continue watching this because they're going to bring it up and you're not going to know the backstory.
Okay.
CT and Diem. CT is this beast of man. I'll show you. Okay, I have so much to show you. You too. I'll show you CT almost killing a man.
Oh!
The challenge. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. Fight. Where is it? Is this it? Is this it? I don't know if that's it. I'll show you this fight as well real quick. This is just one.
Okay.
I don't sleep there no more.
So this is CT talking, and then that's Wes. Wes is like really cocky and he's really good and he's strong, but he's not. He's like a huge like how Banana's super smart and CT's super strong. He's the exact middle of them. He's the third most popular, I believe, and he's in the straight middle. Okay. He's good at both. He's okay at both.
He's just asking for it now.
He threw CT's bet out.
He's just asking for it now. I know. Oh, fuck that kid.
He looks so mad.
He's not even mad here. He's just.
You're mad that I want to go up in the jungle against you. That's what you're mad about.
Wes, look it. First off,
there's
I
no
called you
consolation
tomorrow and
prize.
said you were scared of me. And you said, look it, bro, the only reason you didn't go to the jungle last time is because you won the lifesaver. Dude, I called you all day long, and I told you if we ever squared up, what? Who's scared of you now? What? Who's scared of you now? Don't act like you didn't say that shit. Say the same shit you said in front of me when no one was around. You know I'm better than you. You know I'll fucking smoke you. Do I sound scared now? You damn well. Say the same shit you said to me outside.
I said I want to go in the jungle.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You said you were
He's like,
everybody jumped through hoops for you.
you know that
Don't say I lied. Don't say everything I came in here and said was the fucking truth. I didn't say any of that. Yes, you fucking did. You pussy.
Dude, he is verbally assaulting this man.
Fuck you.
This is old CT. He used to do this shit every challenge.
Fuck down. Lay down, motherfucker. Lay down.
Alright, good night.
He's laying down.
No, dude, you better lay down, bro.
Act like you didn't say
What?
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
He goes
when the games are up, bro. We'll see how tough you are then. We'll see how smart you are then. All right, tough guy.
Bro, he said,
fuck you piece of shit.
he said, lay down, in the man went,
Wes goes, close the door. He's like, fuck you, I'll stay in here. And he's like, you know what? Fuck you again. I'm out. And he just leaves.
You close the door. Come close the door.
he really said, lay down, and this man went,
okay.
alright, good night.
Oh, this
I'm not afraid of Davis, but I have a lot of trepidation when facing CT. I hate to admit it, but CT intimidates me.
Oh shit, you can't see this one yet. Hold on, where is it? Where's the iconic shot? Oh, is this it? This is it. This is the first day of this fucking challenge. This is one of the challenges he was on. Not this. This. The first day. Everyone is holding him back there. Hold on. Fuck.
Everyone's, okay, what happened?
I'll explain it.
Okay.
So this dude goes up to him, and he starts fucking with him.
Okay.
And he starts calling CT out and calling him names and stuff like that. And this is old CT, so he's like, no, I'm not going to let you do that shit to me, you know? So he gets in his face, and then this man's just like, whoa, you know, and CT's talking his shit like he was. And then, in parking lot. I really want to find it, because it's cool if you see it, but parking lot. Please show it here. Fuck.
Dude, I'm fucking this. You guys can't see it, but this sunflower seed cup that I have is disgusting.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to find it, but so CT is like talking shit to this dude, and this dude punches him. He punches him in the eye, and CT goes berserk because this is the first day. And if you fight, you get kicked off. If you fight, you get kicked off. Okay. So CT's gotten kicked off for fight. CT's been on a shit ton of challenges. Guess how many he's won? Johnny Menez has won 7. I think 8 actually, maybe. CT's won 3.
Okay.
Out of his years and years of playing. You want to know why? Every season he doesn't win, he gets kicked off for fighting. He beats so this kid punches him in the eye. There's 6, 7, 8 other guys in the room, all you saw there. He punches CT in the eye. CT clocks him twice. He falls to the ground, and CT beats the shit out of his head and keeps slamming it into the floor and hitting his head. Jesus. All of those guys start holding him back. They let the dude run out to the parking lot. CT throws them off of him. All of them. He shakes them all off, runs out to the parking lot, takes off his shirt, starts hopping around like he's boxing, and all the camera crew is now trying to stop him. He grabs the kid, slams him to the ground, and punches his face until his face is bleeding, and he went to the hospital to the emergency room.
Jesus, bro.
And he almost killed him. I'm not even joking. He almost killed him.
For punching him in the eye?
For punching him in the eye once. And he had a slight scratch, and he beat this man almost to death.
I mean, how could you be that stupid to punch CT? Like, I don't even know him, and I don't want to.
Well, this dude didn't know him either. This dude was a newbie. But this man was a fucking legend. He was the biggest tough guy ever. Mm-hmm. He was so cocky. Every lady loved him.
Right.
Every lady loved him. Everyone was in love with him. He was so hot, and everyone's like, yes, yes, yes. And it always worked and all that shit. But the thing is, CT had one kryptonite, and that was Diem.
Okay.
And that was Diem. This girl right here. She was the one girl who he ever dated throughout the entire show.
Gotcha.
Because he genuinely liked her, and she was the smallest one there, never would win anything on her own, and she had cancer.
Ooh, okay.
And the thing is, she always wore this wig. That's a wig. Her real hair, she was bald.
Right.
And everyone in the show he would fight, everyone in the show he was a tough guy, but around her, he was the most gentle and caring guy in the entire world. Every time someone would try to talk crap about her, all the girls who would try to talk crap about her, he would immediately stand up for her, and he would put it he would be like, excuse me, you don't talk to her like that.
That's some wholesome shit right there.
He was the big tough monster with the little girl who had a disease and who was just there because she wanted to make some money and stuff like that. And he always took care of her, and he loved her so much. And they even they got engaged, actually.
They did.
And they won a challenge together because they were together for a couples challenge, I think, or something like that. And they won. That was his first win with her. And the when they won one of the last challenges, they had to dress up in wedding gowns and stuff like that. And he's holding. He's like, maybe it can happen someday in real life. And he was so sweet to her and so caring, and everyone loved them. And then they were married, or they were not married. They were engaged, and that went up until a couple years ago. And this is her. And then she died.
Oh.
She passed away after one of their challenges together, right before they got married.
Oh.
And she died, and he quit the challenge.
Damn, bro.
This is right before this. Him and her cousin, because they came back for one challenge after that to show the people how to do a ring or some match. This is how you do it. Okay, bye. And everyone was like, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "It's that was gonna be my wife."
Right.
And she was the only girl he ever had eyes from the show. He of course kissed other girls and stuff like that, but that was before and shit like that. But they were it was them. They were the iconic couple, and that lasted. He was so sweet to her, so nice, all that type of stuff. And then she died right before they got married. And he never got to live his life with her.
The tone of this podcast went from hype as shit to depressed.
It's going to get back to hype as shit, but he quit the challenge, and then guess what? Hold on. He came back as CT.
Okay.
Dad CT.
Dad CT.
Dad CT with the beret and the glasses and chubby. He came back chubby.
So he's a new man.
Not a single fight. Not a single crap talk. He sits there and reads a book all the challenges. Yeah, that was young CT. This is new CT. Yeah. Calm guy. Calmest guy. Sweetest guy you will ever meet on the show.
It's crazy how someone can change you like that.
Simply sits there, reads a book, does nothing. And he said that he's talked before, he's like, Diem didn't really like that side of him that would always get crazy. He's like, after she died, he's like, I could not feel that anymore. He's like, that just took over everything. He's like, I knew I had to stop that because that was not, he's like, I was going to kill myself or something like that. And then he just became the chubby little dad. And then they inducted him in the Hall of Fame. So he came back and he won his first season back.
That's such an arc.
He won a season with Wes too, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that guy who he was yelling at in the bed, he won a season with him. Because I think it was a season after that. They got put together for Rivals, and they won. But this is CT's Hall of
Isn't
Fame.
it nice
I'll
to
show you
keep
this, and then I'll
things
tell you where
simple?
CT is now.
Now you can switch this spring and get both an unlimited plan and the all-new Samsung Galaxy S10.
I'm so sorry I ate all your
included for
jalapeno
$35
cheeses.
a month. See what I mean? Simple.
Yeah, Paul, get the fuck out of here. I use Verizon.
He's like a grizzly bear.
That's the man!
Fine model. He's gorgeous.
I am rather handsome and charming, I must say.
Boston, so he talks like that.
He looks like he eats
That's
small
the
children
parking
for
lot.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
This dude CT is a freak of nature.
Look at this man, dude, my
I don't
boy.
think the guys would hate CT if he didn't smoke them in almost everything that they compete against.
And he's not well liked by the other competitors, but he is a fan favorite.
I mean, if you're getting the shit kicked out of you every fucking challenge.
They do not like him very much. Now they do,
I
because
feel like I just hit a freight train going 1,000
he
miles
beat
per hour.
both of them.
Oh my god.
He pushed him on the ground.
Stop letting Lenny run, all right?
They're running, and she doesn't want to run, so he picks her up.
CT looks like freaking Godzilla.
Tonight you guys are gonna be playing back up off me.
This, Johnny Bananas sent him home. Not on this, but right before this. CT came back because they're like, hey, Johnny sent you home this season.
Huh?
You want to go one shot at revenge? You don't get back in the game, but do you just want to go against him just for fun? And if he loses, he goes home? And CT goes, yep,
Okay.
I want to come back just for one challenge. And he sees him, and look at CT's face. This is the most legendary moment in all of the challenge, ever. That's
kid's a
Johnny?
monster, and it's going to take everything that I've got to weather his storm.
Look at his fucking...
Oh, he's pissed.
Get this party going.
This is the most iconic moment ever in the challenge
All right,
history.
boys, keep it clean.
Because they're the rivals at this point. Look, right off the bat, he picks him up. The whole way.
No fucking way.
He's just fucking stomping. And he wins in a couple seconds flat.
Jeez.
And he sends him home. He...
Come right back, I'll bang you right now.
I've never seen a grown man look so scary in my life.
Thank you. I got all these young bucks sticking their chest out. They just kind of want to get off the right foot and let them know the old man's in the house. Don't get it, tough guy.
He went to shot.
Yeah. 21 individual wins, 1 final. At that time. Now he's won 2 more.
Right.
But, yeah. So he picked that almost probably 200-pound dude up like a backpack and walked him to the end and then threw him onto the metal can and crushed it.
That's insane.
He's a beast, and I love this man so much. And now he had a kid. That's when he came back to the challenge and he had a kid with this lady, and they got married. She's a Mexican lady. She's short, whatever. But he married another woman,
Okay.
and they had a kid together. And he came back to the show, and he's like, I can't keep acting like that. He's like, the thing that made me stop the most when I had my kid is I thought about what if my kid's like me. And he's like, I never want my kid to be like how I was. He's like, so I need to cut that out and change my life. So he went from DM to this girl. She's nice, but she's
not Dean.
She's not Dean. And they even said, like, after they had a special for his wedding where it's like they showed the wedding and all that kind of stuff. After he was talking to like his brother or something like that, and the brother asked me, he's like, what do you think? Like, you're at where now you were supposed to be with DM. He's like, what do you feel? And he's like, this day was supposed to be for DM and me. And he's like, and it didn't happen. And he's like, what can I do other than just keep moving forward with it? He's like, I can't say that I didn't think about it. Or I can't say that I still don't think about it. Right. And he's like, but what's me standing back here while everything else moves forward gonna do? And I was like, shit.
Time does not stop.
Yeah, for anyone.
For anyone.
And he understands that, which is why he's married now. That was DM. And then she died. And then that was him sleeping next to her in the hospital. And then they never got married.
So sad, dog.
Now he's won the challenge. He came back on War of the Worlds, which is the new one where it's UK versus like another country, UK versus Turkey versus US versus Germany, all this other type of shit. It's huge now. All of the countries are together. It was really cool. They had a lot of my other fan favorite characters from other TV shows now. They brought some people from the Jersey Shore on, or from the New Jersey Shore. Like Floribama Show, that's the New Jersey Shore. They brought some of them on. They brought people from Love Island. They brought people from them on. They brought like everyone on together for this one giant show. And they're doing a version 2 of that. And CT was on the show. All of the class, Johnny Bananas was the second one out. CT, third one out. Really? Zach, one of the other, fourth one out. You want to know why? Because every single, like, this last challenge was insane because there were so many rookies who were so backstabbing. That they thought they were safe, and then they got sent in. And it's not that they didn't win because they weren't good. He's still the strongest man on the challenge. But he got betrayed and then got sent home because it was him against 2 people. Because for some reason they said it was allowed. Because there was this whole thing that happened where one person's partner went home. So they're like, this isn't Partners also, the new season. So they're like, all right, CT, we're going to put you against 2 people.
Okay.
So it was him versus 2 other strong guys. And he almost won. Because like what they had to do is he had to hold on to 2 rings and they had to try to pull them from him. Well, and they still had their own rings. So he stands there and he's like, go. And he gets mad when he goes down there because he's like, we were supposed to be friends. Why are you sending me in? The dude's like, you're too good to stay here. And he reverts back to old CT. And he gets in his face. He's like, excuse me? And he's not yelling. He's just talking. He's like, excuse me? He's like, this is the worst decision you've ever made. And he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then he walks into the ring. And he's like, come here, tough guy. And then he like stands there and he goes like this and like cracks his head. And he's just like, let's go. And he reverts back to old CT for a second there. And then they get the ring, and they go. He pulls them towards him and just gets them in a lock and just keeps them there. And it's 2 guys, and they're both pulling. He's only holding with one arm with each ring.
Right.
And both guys are holding both hands on his ring.
Jeez.
And, like, they're just tugging, and he managed to hold it for, like, 30 minutes or something like that. Jeez. Of just constant fighting. And then eventually one dude, like, twists his arm so it's like this, and he's like, oh, fuck, and he lets go. And he loses. Damn. And he went home because of that. It was him versus 2 guys, and he went home.
I said this before to Isaiah. Isaiah has such a good way of explaining shit that everything he just explained to me, I feel like I just watched it.
It's because it's so cool, and then like he leaves, and he's saying to the audience, he's like, I've been getting weak, and he's like, this whole time that I've come back from the challenge, I know I've been weak because he's also a smoker, so he's not good at endurance, right. But he's like, I'm weak. And he's like, I'm going to get stronger. He's like, this isn't the last you guys have seen to me. He's like, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to be stronger than ever. And so now he's going back to old CT. And it's like, he not necessarily the way that he's fighting everyone, but he's like, I need to get back to where I was before, like, body-wise and stuff like that. Right. So he's been getting buff again, and he's been starting to be more, like, aggressive. Not aggressive, but, like, in challenges. Like, he's like, I'm going to win this. And he's starting to go back to that old, like, he's starting to become his old self again. In a good way.
How old is he?
Probably, like, 40s, I think.
Man is looking good. Yeah. Man is looking good, dog.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, there was actually like this isn't them winning. But, nice. Yeah. But yeah, he's come back now and he's almost winning. He kind of has like a little trainee, kind of like a mentoring to some people. Johnny Bananas had a mentor, and then the mentor flipped on him and turned into the new Johnny Bananas. His name is Devin. He was on Are You the One? Another Love Island ripoff show. But he came on here. He is the new Bananas because he's so smart. He's my second favorite character.
He's L.
But yeah, he's L. Like he came on and he was like, "All right, I'm learning stuff." And him and Johnny were friends, and Johnny taught him like everything. Like, this is how you play the game. This is what people think. Use that. And so like, Devin was already smart. But
no, that's fucking back to Cowboy Bebop. Yeah. That's Spike and Vicious.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
He was just like, you have to, like, he's like, you think people like this? And Devin's like, okay. And then the next season after that, or like a couple seasons after that, I think, Devin like goes and he's just like, he's so smart now. Because he was already smart before, but now because of Johnny's knowledge, he knows everything. Mm-hmm. And he pits the entire house together against each other and is one of the last people left because he got everyone sent home. Because he was like, hey, you know your girlfriend's cheating on you, right, with Johnny? He's like, you know your girlfriend's cheating on you with Johnny? And his friend, this was his friend who he told this because it was a lie. Right. But he told him, he was like, yo, she's cheating with Johnny. And he believed it. Because he was like, Devin wouldn't lie to me. And so he goes, Johnny! Or he's like, you cheated on me with Johnny? And she's like, no, I didn't. And he believed Devin, and they broke up, and then he sent her home, and then Johnny sent him home, and then Johnny got sent home.
What the fuck?
And Devin was sitting back laughing, and he was just clapping to himself, and he was just like, what can I say? And then...
I mean, that's a feel bad moment. When she actually didn't cheat on him, he actually broke up with him.
Yeah, he broke up with her. He thought she cheated because he believed Devin. And Devin does this stuff like every season. And then one of the last
people are gonna start catching on. I'm gonna call it.
They haven't. It's been like 8 seasons, or maybe not 8, but like 6 or 7
they're
seasons.
They're gonna start catching on.
Possibly, but like he hasn't been on for the past 2 seasons. Okay. But like they never catch on to Johnny. Johnny's still going, and no one's caught on yet.
I guess.
Like they know that he's a snake, but they all trust him still, because they're like, oh, he butters them up so well. And, like, he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I know how you think I am, but I'm not really like that. And then they believe him. But, like, Devin sent Johnny home. It was a mind game, too. Because they don't just do physical challenges, they do brain stuff and puzzles and stuff like that. So they put him together in a ring. Or, like, it was, like, a little ring place, and then they had, like, puzzles on the side where it's, like, kind of like Connect 4, but it's, like, with lights, and you have to connect the whole board without missing, like, a spot, but yet you can't go backwards or something like that.
Okay.
There's this whole thing. And it's like strategy, like it's a strategy-based game. And Johnny's known for being the smartest man in the challenge. And Devin goes, Devin's like, Johnny, you're going in? I want to go against you. And so he goes down and he's like, I'm going to beat you. I hope you know that. Because Johnny also recently has talked some shit about his dead dad.
Oh,
because Devin's dad died, and so he wasn't on one of the challenges. And then he came back, and Johnny was like, yeah, your dad's dead, dude. and he almost beat the shit out of Johnny. Like, he kept following Johnny around the entire night, didn't let him sleep. And he was just going, Johnny! He's like, you're gonna keep saying that to my face? Why don't you come back here and say that? And he followed him around the entire house to the point where they had to separate them because he wouldn't stop all night. And even outside, they're like, he needs to sleep. Like, you can't let him. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And he was just like, Johnny! And Johnny's like, let me sleep. And he's like, nope, you're not getting any rest tonight. And then, so he's just, like, you can't be in here. So what he does, he stands outside the room, through the door, and just keeps going, Johnny! Knocking on the door, just trying to keep him awake as long as he can so he'd be exhausted the next day. And they're like, aren't you gonna be tired? He's like, I don't care. He's like, this man made fun of my dead dad. And, like, said that, like, my dad was a bad person, or like that, even though he doesn't even know him. He's like, he made fun of my dad. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't sleep. He's like, I'm gonna make sure all he hears in his ears is me. And I was just like,
crazy.
This dude's crazy.
This all sounds crazy, but at some point, do you think that some of it is staged?
Oh, totally.
For sure?
I don't think their reactions are staged, but I do think that they know what challenges they're going into. So, like, usually they'll be like, what is this challenge? Oh my gosh, I didn't know we were doing this, but they know.
Okay.
I don't think the interactions are fake, but they definitely know what challenges they're going into.
So they know the game. They just don't know how the game's going to be played.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know everything that's going to happen in the game, but they don't know who's going to win.
Okay. Fuck! But I don't know if anyone listening knows about the game.
But
you just lost. I just lost, and you did too.
I just lost also.
Oh, I was like, you kept saying the game, and I was like, Isaiah, stop, and then
I remembered it. But anyway, Johnny sends him home and wins the strategy game. And then he just goes, what's up?
That's crazy.
And at the reunion, he's like, Johnny, shut up, I'm smarter than you. Because Johnny was talking shit, and he goes, shut up, I'm smarter than you. And now he's like the new Bananas. And then Johnny actually had an underling. He had a girlfriend kind of on the show for a bit, and she was going to become the new girl Johnny. But then they broke up, and now, like, she was actually smart too. But then they broke up, so she never reached her full potential. But now Devin's the new Johnny. So
she never reached her full.
She didn't. She would have been. She would have been the new Johnny. She's starting to act like him. And I was like, there's gonna be a girl Johnny, like, as his predecessor? Like, that's dope, because she was young. I was like, that's dope.
This manga just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
It's like that. That's why I've been watching the show ever since I was 2. I'm not even joking. CT's first season was, like, one of my first ones that I watched.
That's crazy.
I grew up watching this show with my mom. And so CT's always had a special place in my heart. Johnny's always been the rival. I still respect Johnny, because he's a fucking amazing player. He wouldn't have won 7 challenges if he wasn't good.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know, this show has a special place in my heart, and people don't give it, I don't think, as much credit. But
it only has a 7.5 IMDb rating.
I mean, some seasons are shit, I'll give them that. Some seasons are shit. Especially ones where all the pros go home early, and then all the newbies are left, and it's like, I don't care about any of these people. But,
see, if you... If you knew what you were doing, wouldn't you just send home all the pros early?
Yeah, that's what they do nowadays. They're always like, let's get them all out. And they do it. Or they don't always do it, but most of the time they do it. But, yeah.
Potential flaws.
Yeah, that took up a lot of time. We can go for a little bit over an hour, maybe. But
yeah, that was good, though.
That whole arc. And it's still going. We're still seeing go. CT is now being buff again. Now he's getting back in shape. Now he's going to get ready for
just to get eliminated in the first round.
He might. That's the thing, he might. But, like, now I don't... Like, last season, I kind of blamed it on his, like, weight and stuff like that. I was like, he became soft, man. That's why he's not the same raw CT.
He's not CT.
But now, he's like, I promise you, I'm going to come back stronger. And we're going to win this again. I'm like, let's go, boy. Now, because next season, he can't blame anybody but himself. Whereas the last season was like, okay, well, then there's a lot more factors. But here it's like, no, he should win this. Like, if we're just going off physical strength, he should win this. And so it's like...
Right.
And all the newbies have heard of him, too. They're all like, that's CT. Don't mess with him. And all the pros, like, even pros, there's, like, one pro who's bigger than him, height-wise. There's only one pro who's bigger than him height-wise, and that's Zach. He's, like, a bit taller and, like, a tiny bit more muscular, and even he's like, I would lose to CT. He's like, we got in a fight, I would lose against CT, hands down. And they're like, why? And he's like, because he's crazy. He doesn't have anything to lose with it. He's like, I'm, like, kind of not as much of a fighter as CT is. He's like, but I would lose. I'm bigger than him. And it's like, yeah, because CT's the best fighter there. He's from the Bronx, or not Bronx, he's from Brooklyn. That's where he's from. And it's like, yeah. But that's all I want to say about the challenge. Hold on.
Oh, wait a second.
Hold on. We just found a new topic. A debate on whether Wario does or does not have nipples. A video with more details about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2000 featured Wario on a podium, but lied to the controversy of whether he has nipples or not. What is this? Oh, they're making a new one. That's cool.
That's crazy. But does he have nipples?
No. Eggman does. He doesn't.
That's not fair. Why is it? There has to be a reason.
Or is it just skin color?
Or did he just shave him off on accident?
Mario gets nipples, Eggman gets nipples, where are Mario nipples? Yeah. That's interesting. I do have a segment, though, for us today, Wyatt, that I want to play.
We're not just going to talk about nipples the whole time.
No, yeah, to wrap this up, or at least one of the last topics, I don't know if this will be the last topic, but one of the last topics, just to wrap this up real quick. Let me look up the back. Snapchat logo. Why, you want to say something while I look this up real quick?
If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow Isaiah on SoundCloud before you follow me on SoundCloud. At Quadren for Isaiah, at YY. SoundCloud.com/1YY for me. Yeah. I don't know what it is for Isaiah.
Alright, I'm going to have to do some editing for this segment, but it's fine. So this is our segment that I like to call Snapchat Article, Real or Not Real. So,
Isaiah, before you start, Isaiah told me about this before.
I've prefaced what I'm going to do, but I haven't told him
exactly. He's told me what it's about, and I've been excited for it ever since.
Okay, yes. So, hold on a second. You keep talking while I look this up real quick on my phone.
So what's up with sunflower seeds? I'm gonna go back to that real quick. Why don't they just sell sunflower seeds without the shell? You know, so I just grab like chips. Actually, chips are way better than sunflower seeds anyway. Cause like, what's the point of sunflower seeds again? You're at a baseball game, or you're somewhere in the South, and you just want a little quick salt. I feel like that's the only real reason for sunflower seeds. But I don't know, if you're an avid sunflower seed activist, hit my line. Let me know.
Activist.
Let me know what's so great about them, because I've been eating them on and off this podcast. That and Cheez-Its and pretzels, because I'm a hungry boy. And I don't know, man. I feel like sunflower seeds are not the best.
So, this is our segment, Snapchat Article, Real or Not Real. Applause, please. Hello.
Winning.
There we go. Charlie Sheen. Back the soundboard. But yes, this is the. Hold up.
Look, here's the thing. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of.
Thanks, Alex Jones.
Our
sponsor this episode, Alex Jones. Hold on.
Thanks, Alex Jones.
Hold up.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
And my day is ruined.
And my day is ruined.
I don't know which one I put it as.
I don't know what Isaiah's looking for, but
Fuck it. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I have an clip, but we'll just play it another time. Anyways, so this is the segment where essentially I give Wyatt the name of a Snapchat article, or the title of the article, or like the little clickbait area that they add, and he has to guess whether I'm making it up or whether it's a real Snapchat article.
This is gonna be harder.
And I will reveal it to him. Are you using a charger?
No.
Because my phone's at 3%. Yeah, I got you. And I don't want to die. Alright, here we go. So, I'm gonna read some out. You guys can play along at home too. I'll show them up afterwards. I'll send myself these pictures. Alright, Wyatt, this is going to be the first one. I have a list of names here that are fake and or real.
Throw them at me.
You're too sexy to be a 13-year-old. What the fuck?
That's real.
You think that's real?
That's 100% real.
Have you seen it?
No.
What are you saying?
But that's definitely real.
You're right, that
Drum
is real.
roll. Ah!
You're too sexy to be a 13-year-old. What the fuck? Yeah, that is a real one. It's a Snapchat article, guys. Alright.
13.
But that's not all we have.
Bro, the only reason I guessed that right, so it's just so absurd that I knew Isaiah couldn't think of that.
Really?
No, that's a lie. I know Isaiah can think of some pretty weird stuff.
Alright, this next one. I'm disabled and sexy.
I feel like that's real.
You think it's real?
Yeah, that's real. That's something. That's something.
Your final answer?
That's something Snapchat would try to push on me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna show the whole picture, but yes, it is real. And there's a disabled girl in it who I do know. She's in a bra, and I don't know if we should show that.
Listen, dog.
Oh yeah, here I have the full thing here. I can show you, I guess.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being disabled, right? But I don't know. It's such a weird, like, human thing where we won't fuck just anything.
That's a lie. Most people. 85% of people we will fuck. That's like the human condition. Well, not me, but
I don't know.
All right, prisoner versus tear gas.
That's fake.
It's fake?
That's fake. I made that up.
No, it's real. Prisoner versus tear gas.
Well, that's not that as absurd.
It's not as absurd, yeah.
So.
Okay. Man is caught after falling off of building.
Man caught after falling off. I feel like that's probably an article somewhere. I don't think it's a Snapchat article, though.
You don't think it's a Snapchat
I don't think it's a Snapchat article.
You're right, that is a fake one.
Aha.
All right. Gimp Man terrorized women.
Is that like...
Gimp Man terrorizes women. Man in a gimp suit terrorizes women.
Oh,
This is not hard to understand.
I thought it was like the bread guy.
That's the wrong number.
Oh!
Do you know the story of the bread guy?
The bread guy.
The short guy.
No.
Who? Okay. You're gonna keep. Okay.
Go.
Anyway, so the bread guy. I don't know his full name. People out there probably do know his full name.
Boy.
But basically, it's this really short guy. He's like barely 5 foot, I think, and he was in a bagel shop.
Ariana Grande.
And
I'm sorry.
He was in a bagel shop, and I don't know, something happened, something ticked him off, and he just starts going off, bro. He's like, women don't like me because I'm fly. He starts throwing shit everywhere, and like, it's funny.
Short king. 6'2"
Short king, dog. Anyway, that reminded me of it, but that's a real story.
Gimp Man terrorizes women.
That's a real story.
You think it's a real story?
That's
It's a
a
real
real-
Snapchat article?
Yeah, of course. Gimps do it all the time.
You guys will be seeing the pictures, but yeah, that is a real story.
Oh, fuck. I was
Okay.
not expecting that.
All right.
Isaiah's laughing before telling me, you know it's bad, boy.
I mean, not really.
Uh-huh.
But
Throw it at me.
man found with over 5,000 vape pens in car.
Over 5... Okay, let's think about this now. If one vape pen has a volume of... Nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. That's real.
No, it's like...
Because I know some people who do that.
Similar note, this guy stole a lemur and a bunch of jewels.
That has to be fake, because there's no way you can get a lemur and a jewel at the relative
The same
place.
place, at the same location.
You can't. You
It's
just
ground
can't.
zero, homie.
You can't just run to a zoo, steal a lemur, and
You'll
then
be like,
there's.
oh shit, there's jewels in here?
And unless that lemur is like throwing back fat darts, dog. But no, that has to be fake.
I mean... We're warming up for this next one.
So yeah, that's fake.
This is. You think that's fake?
That's fake.
It's not fake. It's a real article.
Oh, he looks like he
This
drools.
guy stole a lemur and a bunch of jewels.
Oh, like with jewels or
Yeah. I don't know. It's not spelled like jewels, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
so that
that's why I
kind
caught you off guard.
it caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, how are you gonna get? I mean, at the same time, how are you gonna get lemurs and jewels at the same place?
Okay.
Maybe I should be. Where's my phone at?
Porn star rally goes violent.
Porn star.
Rally
That's
goes
real
violent.
because porn stars can get angry, dog.
So you think that's a real
That's
Snapchat
real.
article?
That's
That's
real.
not real. I made that up.
Oh, of course you did. You pervert. Of course you did.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course you
I'm
did.
getting booked. All right. How dangerous are these boobs?
That's real.
That's real?
That's real, and it's about Cardi B.
No, it's not about Cardi B, but it is real.
Damn
It's about
it.
plastic surgery in general. I think it's about how big the breast size can be.
I was
without it
gonna
being
say, I thought it
dangerous.
was gonna be some shit about Cardi B and saying how she's sexy or some shit. Because that's always on Snapchat. You always go on Snapchat and it's just Cardi B is sexy? Question mark. Which I mean,
Did Cardi B? Wait, no, not. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
I got him,
Did Playboy Cardi?
okay,
Did Playboy Cardi send penis pics to his fans? Question mark! Exclamation mark! Question mark!
that's fake.
It's fake.
That's fake. No interviewer would ever dare to step to Playboy Cardi.
You're right. That is.
Oh, of course it
Yeah,
is.
it's
You put. I've never seen Playboy Cardi in a Snapchat story before, and I know Isaiah knows. I'm trying to be crazy, so like, I knew he'd made that up, boys. I'm playing mind games with Isaiah,
Alright.
and he doesn't even know.
I'm gonna do 3 more.
Okay,
I have balloons in my face.
that's fake.
It's fake.
No, that's real.
Okay. What do you think it's about?
Balloons in my face. It's about a burn victim.
A burn victim.
With
Close. It's tumors, I believe, or some sort
Ah.
of disease. But yes, you are right. It's a real article.
Yeah.
All right. Another one. Which one should I do? I have a lot here.
Just more for next time.
Yeah, more for next time. If you guys like this series, make sure to
Yeah, make sure to leave a
comment
thumbs
on it.
up. We're gonna do it anyway, but make sure you leave a comment.
This one simply says, "Grandma looking thick," and then
This is
thick
real.
is in all capitals.
This is real.
This is real.
This is real. Isaiah showed me. I believe you showed me this before.
No, it's fake.
Fuck. You showed me something similar.
There is
though.
something, but it's not the same type.
It's not the same one. Okay.
But it's not really the same thing in general. It's like a grandma who got photoshopped to look thick.
Oh, okay.
But it's like
Gotcha.
No, grandma looking thick.
I remember because Isaiah showed me a picture one day of a grandma with an ass, and I was like, "That's Kim K."
Okay, we don't need to tell them about that.
I was like, "That's Kim K."
But, all right, and then last one. Guess whose tongues these grow up to be.
What the what? Yeah, that's real.
That's real.
That's real.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because like it's probably some photo of like a Disney shoot with kids with tongues out, and then it shows their transformation.
That was close, but yes, it is real. But no, that is.
That's just
cut off tongue.
That's actually just cut off tongue.
It's severed tongues on what looks like a cloth something. But yeah, and that will conclude this week's segment of Snapchat articles, real or not. I think we'll do one more top to end this off at. Yeah. Wait. What time? Wait. Actually, you know what? That'll be the end of this podcast. I think that's a good.
I think it's about an hour.
Sorry to tease you guys, but that'll be the end of this podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed recording this. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it too. Not every podcast is going to be like this, but this is the first one. You know, we're got
figuring
more
things
stuff.
out.
We got more guests and stuff like that. But
it's going to be a fun time. Y'all will like it for sure.
I mean, yeah. Unless you don't.
Unless you don't, dog. But like, you know.
Yeah. But yeah.
Winning.
I think why don't we have this music play up? But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you thought. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.
See you guys next time, bro.
Bye.
Bye.